Quick, say something snappy before the intro hits. Well, the intro is ruined, and welcome to Jeff and Mike's super cool Collect-A-Thon. I'm Mike, the star of this channel.
And I'm Jeff, the real star of this channel, considering most of the collectibles are mine.
Anyway, this is a reboot, so this channel used to be called Jeff and Mike's Super Cool Podcast, but, you know, that's been dormant for over a year because we just didn't want to do it unless it was something that we enjoyed. So we're back with this because we both collect things, and I like talking about it.
I collect a lot of things.
He collects a lot of things, and we're not going to be, like, on a schedule this time. We're just going to kind of do videos when we feel like doing it, and when we're happy, when we have stuff to show off. So that's
Which we got plenty to show off.
You do. I only have like 5 things. I barely have a collection at all.
No, you don't.
Barely, like 2 things in my room.
First of all, I gave you all the...
My room is butt naked. I got like 1 poster in there. That's it.
I gave you all the Legacy collection. All of it. Because it started...
The things that I have to deal with, I can't. I'm poor. Okay, I'm poor as far as my collection. So, believe me, y'all, I ain't collecting nothing. So what are we here to show off today?
So, I'm going to show off 2 of the things that I just got this past week. This one here had been ordered for about a month and a half, but it just came in the mail. And this is the Jim Cornette action figure. Now, it's going to stay in this because it's signed. So, we definitely going to keep that in that, not to mention the price of it. It needs to stay in there.
Why'd you get the Jim Cornette figure? Like, what significance is Jim Cornette's?
Oh, well, I've always watched wrestling ever since I was a little kid. I remember watching Jim Cornette, Midnight Express, him managing Yokozuna in the 90s, and Owen Hart and British Bulldog as well. So I also listened to the podcast weekly for him, both of them, the drive-through and the Jim Cornette Experience, which I'll be listening to later tonight.
I'm classy, so I don't listen. I've never even heard. I don't even know what podcast he's referring to because I'm classy, so I don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah, sure.
If we want to transition away from like the opposite of Jim Cornette, I'm here
way opposite of Jim Cornette
with the first figure, which is Kenny Omega. Now, I am keeping these in the box, and that's just because...
Oh, no, you forgot to say it. The sweeper, Kenny Omega.
It's the cleaner.
Whatever.
Anyway, I'm keeping this figure
He has some women
box.
walk out with some brooms and they sweep shit.
But I'm keeping this in the box because... For my wrestling figures, I just keep...
Because they're very hard to find if you're a collector, you know.
Well, they're hard to find. I mean, I'm not one of those people that's like, oh, I need to keep in the box for the value. That's really not it. I just hang most of my figures on the wall or put them on the shelf. And for these wrestling figures, especially because they come with like hands and stuff like that, because I typically only buy like the deluxe figures where it comes with accessories. So it's just easier for me to keep this in the box to display them than it is to take them out of the box. But I really don't have any issues with like taking them out of the box. I actually have a few out of the box figures that I got from a local. It's not really a thrift. I almost said thrift store. What would you consider it? Like it's kind of like a flea market.
I can't remember. Wasn't that
It's like an antique mall.
Yeah, the antique mall over there. I can't remember which store though in there it was.
But they had like some loose, like dollar figures, and I picked up a bunch of them. But yes, I'm not actually a huge fan of Kenny Omega. To be honest about it, I got this because we were at Walmart one day, and for the longest time, Walmart was the only ones that were carrying these figures in store. So we saw one, and this was the one that they had, and I was like, well, I don't completely hate Kenny Omega, and I kind of want to get an AEW figure just to have one in my collection. MJF. Yes, I would really like MJF. But so yeah, this was my first figure, so that's why it's significant to me. But yes, Kenny Omega is current All Elite Wrestling World Heavyweight Champion.
Oh, and don't forget, he is also the most prestigious Impact World Heavyweight Champion as well.
What's Impact?
Impact Wrestling.
What's that?
TNA Wrestling.
Is that new?
No, it's been around since like 2002.
Nobody watches it.
They've been getting good ratings. They had like over 100,000 the other day.
They ain't getting good ratings because they've been featured on AEW. Anyway, yes, Kenny Omega. So he's the world champion. He does kind of this whole like gaming thing. Like this is a Final Fantasy VII inspired outfit that he's wearing. So that's pretty much it as far as Kenny Omega. We're gonna save your shredder for last, since you're gonna.
Yes, because it's going to be a super awesome unboxing.
First of all, that's infringing on my trademark
You don't have a trademark.
for a super cool unboxing, on my channel. But this is a figure I actually wanted, and I was surprised because I went to Target and I didn't even know. Did you even know the time that Target was carrying these?
No, I didn't.
I didn't, and
I still thought it was exclusive to Walmart, and then of course they had to deal with Ringside Collectibles as well to have them there. But I literally, like, Walmart was the one that was initially carrying those in store at least.
But yeah, it was super funny because I remember that was the day we cooked out, and I was like, I ran out of charcoal. Like, I was setting up the grill, and I literally put the charcoal in there, and I realized I didn't have enough. And there's a Target that's like 5 minutes from here. So I was like, I really don't feel like going to this Target to get the charcoal, and I was really irritated. And I got there, and I was just like, okay, well, I might as well go look at the toys and stuff while I'm here. And then I saw they had like 3 AEW figures, I believe. They had this one, they had Rio.
I can't believe you missed out on the Rio.
They had this one, they had Rio.
They had Rio.
I wasn't getting it. I'm sorry, she sucks a little bit. She's gotten better. She got better since she came back. I'll give her that. But
She's better than most of the women's division there.
I'm just not a huge fan. Sheeta is. Sheeta's really good. I like Britt Baker. I like Nyla Rose. If it was any of those 3, I would have got it.
You like Britt Baker because she's bitchy.
So what? Anyway, if it was those 3, I would have got it. But I'm just not a huge Rio fan. But Darby Allin.
It's a bitch to know a bitch.
Darby Allin, I definitely had to get. And plus, it comes with the skateboard. I almost want to open this just to see if this is like tech deck quality. I don't know if you guys remember tech decks. They're like, what, like early 2000s?
You're not opening my Darby Allin figure.
It's my Darby Allin.
No. See, we got this thing with collectibles. Like, what's mine is mine and what his is mine. Right?
Anyway, it comes with the skateboard because he like skates down to the ring sometimes, or he hits people with the skateboard. It's really cool. It's not, I mean, I can see from the package, it's probably not tech deck quality because they used to have little metal, I forgot what those things are called, that hold the wheels on trucks. The trucks on the tech decks used to be metal, but it's still like a pretty good quality skateboard, looks like it comes in here. And I just really like this figure. I actually am a Darby Allin fan, maybe not a fan of his personal life, where he like messes himself up all the time and jumps off of shit, but as far as in ring and his character in AEW, I think he's one of the best people there. So I definitely had to hop on the Darby Allin. I'm trying to remember who the third person was that they had that I didn't.
I thought it was another Kenny Omega.
It might have been another. I'm pretty sure. Probably, yeah, you're right.
No, it was one of the Young Bucks.
Oh yeah, it was one of the Young Bucks. I can't remember which one it was.
I think it wasn't it Matt?
It might have been. Yeah, that's right. It was Rio, one of the Young Bucks, and Darby Allin, and I was like, woo! I got lucky. I got the one.
I can't believe you got Darby Allin above Rio though, but okay.
Anyway, but yeah.
And what about the Young Bucks?
They're all right. If they had like a 2-pack that was reasonably priced, if it was like $30 for a 2-pack for the Young Bucks, I might get them. Maybe. As long as they're not in their current.
Yeah, for me it has to be somebody or someone that I actually care enough for. I mean, I don't hate Kenny Omega or the Young Bucks, but they're not my favorites.
Oh, the joke earlier was that Jim Cornette hates Kenny Omega, so that's why we got to keep them separated. That's the main reason.
What?
You can't do that.
What?
But yeah, I was gonna say as far as the Young Bucks, as long as it's not their current Liberace inspired outfits, that I might. You mean
the ones from Dynamite this past week? Liberace in the front, Hardy Boys in the back.
I'm just saying, as gay people, we appreciate that you're trying, but please stop, Young Bucks. Just stop. So you want to go ahead and show off your shredder then?
Yes. So honestly, wasn't expecting to get this today. I bought it on Thursday when I bought Mass Effect, the Legendary Edition, and somehow miraculously came in 2 days. So what we're going to do is we're going to open this up because I'm not going to keep the boxes for the statues.
Plus that box is a little bit damaged anyway.
Yeah, that's the bad thing. This is the second statue I got from GameStop that was bad.
I don't understand how people keep boxes for everything because, like, when you start collecting, especially as much as he does, you know, I've only have like 5 things. The boxes just take up so much space, especially if you're just gonna keep the stuff out of the box. I understand people like, I don't know. I just don't ever buy things with the intention of reselling them. I buy them because I like them.
Yep, that's my thing. And if I do get rid of stuff later, it'll be to make room for other stuff. And at that point, I've already enjoyed it enough, so it doesn't bother me. We're just gonna go ahead and set that over there. But yeah, I had to have this one. This is Shredder. I got a Donatello one about a month or two ago.
That was almost catastrophic.
Almost, but it actually worked out perfect. But yeah, wow, this is really awesome. I love the detail on this. I love the fact that the cape is kind of flowing. So this is going to go up next to my Donatello statue, which we'll show off at a later video. But Shredder is one of my favorite villains, especially the 90s or the 80s, 90s cartoon look Shredder. It just looks really awesome. And also, you got to remember, Uncle Phil voiced Shredder.
R.I.P.
James Avery.
Let's go over the prices really quick. I'm
Ooh.
kind of curious. So, I got these at retail prices. I'm not overspending. So these were $20 each.
This I got for $30. It's
That's
originally
not bad.
$50, but I had like $20 off in reward certificates because GameStop gives you $5 a month, and I also had that $15 from that I cashed in. So I only paid $30 for this, but normally it's $50. It's one of the newer statues that they released, the PCS statues that I think they're also doing the Power Ranger ones as well and the G.I. Joe ones, but which I have a couple of those a piece. Well, I have one G.I. Joe one and I have 2 Power Rangers ones, and we'll show those off at a later date. Maybe do like a statue type thing and set them all out and show it. This here is a little bit more pricey because it actually came from Jim Cornette's website. It's really the only place that you can really get it. And it's also personally signed by him because it does come directly from his website. This one here I think was $50.
Oh, my savings!
But to me, it was something. I had some extra money and I always wanted to get it. And this is the last ones that he's going to get in, period, of this variant and what he calls the Christmas variant, which is the...
Wait, which account did you use to buy it?
What do you mean?
Which bank account?
Mine.
You used my money for it? Both the bank accounts are mine.
No. Anyways. Yeah, this was a little bit more pricey, but it was definitely worth it. It's one I always wanted. I wanted the original variant, not the red and green one. I just kind of like the classic look a lot better for this one.
Ooh, open it.
No. It's even got like the Figures Toy Company zip tie logo here. The logo zip tie. This is staying in here. This is a true collectible for me. And I got a lot of them, but this is like something I've always wanted. So
Yeah, and it's really cool. I mean, that's honestly really cheap for something that's autographed. So that's actually a really good deal. And the figure, I think, looks really cool. So yeah, that's what we got today. That was our haul. I like my AEW. Another thing, I really like the boxes for these too.
yeah, the boxes for the AEW figures are really nice.
I think just the black and gold looks really nice.
Are you gonna buy any of the protectors from?
Probably not. I mean, like I said,
I would probably do the Darby Allin one because eventually, if they ever come to this area, we can always go and maybe you can get that one signed.
That's true. If he doesn't like throw himself off of a building to try to avoid signing it or something, but yeah. Yeah, but yeah,
you said avoid signing it.
But yeah, these are really cool. I'm happy with my purchases today. All his stuff is being returned after this video. So.
He's funny. He's got jokes. None of my shit ever gets returned.
Anyway, thank you for joining us on Jeff and Mike's Super Cool Collect-A-Thon. Again, I'm Mike.
And I'm Jeff, the real star of the show.
Keep collecting. Except for him. He's not collecting anymore.
Oh, no. I'm still collecting.
I'm leaving then.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.